We've got some great... Going head-to-head in this one. Brent, what will you keep your eye on in that matchup?
Well, Kevin, you're pointing out the guard play, so this is when they have a chance to go one-on-one. Which of these tandems can stand out against the other? Tons of pick and roll, tons of creativity, and we'll see which of these guys can pair off tonight to win this contest.
Looking at the starting five for the Atlanta Hawks. In the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. LeVert out there with Daniels. And it's Shea in its small forward. And so it's the Pistons getting on the board first. Stolen by Thompson. Goes up. And Thompson slams it home.
And his athleticism is really off the charts. Love seeing Thompson punching home like that.
Okongwu with a screen on Cunningham. Okongwu against Durant. And Okongwu slams it in.
What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man, and he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
And Brent, credit the Pistons fans for sticking with them after a tough season last year.
Well, Kevin, it's been a couple of rough years in Detroit, and never easy to have your team go through something like that. You know, when you're getting national media attention for not winning games, it's never a good thing. But these fans are loyal, they're hungry, and the future is going to be bright in Detroit, I promise you that.
Now here's Johnson. Shea at the elbow. And so it looks like the Hawks will retain possession here.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Here is Daniels. 4 on the clock. Oh, and the jam by Johnson.
Gotta love the effort there. An undersized 4 who can really make things happen with that leaping ability.
Cunningham for 3. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Cunningham's got 5.
No doubt Cunningham has that extended range for him. It's about becoming much more consistent.
Cunningham against LeVert. Pass to Okongwu. Daniels with it. LeVert with it. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Pistons basketball.
The Pistons have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Cunningham with it. He's picked up by LeVert. Here's Durant. Goes back up. Lays it up off the glass.
And that's a great play on the backboard for him. I mean, it's what we expect. All his second chance points do not come by accident.
Now here's LeVert. Pass to Okongwu. No good on the triple. Pistons leading by 5. Cunningham for 3. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
Love seeing Cade zip back in transition and doing everything he can to convert on the break.
And when it comes to Jalen Durant, Brent, is it fair to say some teams regretted not drafting him?
Well, maybe a handful, Kevin. I mean, there's a particular way that you want to play or use that position with how you get out there offensively. Jalen is a proven big. This guy is physical and strong and can rebound and gives you a different presence on the inside.
Now Cunningham, after Jalen Johnson missing on the last 3-pointer. Here's Durant. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. Durant Cunningham got his second basket.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Yeah, if you walked in at any point during this game to watch 5 minutes of play, one team played harder. We know who that was.
Now, here's Thompson, following the missed shot by Onyeka Okongwu. The Hawks trail by 10. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Cunningham for three. And the basket for the fourth time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Well, if I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients. One would be playing smart. The other one, playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
There's the lob to Duren. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Maybe he can score it, but showing his combo mentality to run the offense.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. And that one's good. Daniels. And it's Detroit's ball. They're on a 19-6 run. Here's Cunningham. Pass to Thompson. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Asar Thompson. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
The Hawks trail by 13. That's tipped and stolen by Thompson. Ivy on the wing. Back to Cunningham. 4 seconds left. And Cunningham with the slam.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And we say it time and time again, so I'll repeat it. Have to be careful with the ball, or this is what happens.
And so is Detroit, holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. Their trip. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Pistons?
They are committed to running the floor in this one, relying on their speed to get a lot of points off the fast break.
And they've sort of assumed control of this game with their pressure defensively. They've been into the ball handler. They've done a great job of swarming, so they're creating some turnovers they're capitalizing on.
This is how the floor looks for the Hawks starting the second quarter. The front court is Rizachet and Johnson. Daniels out there with Karis LeVert. And it's Nance in at the 5 spot. You know, it used to be teams hoarded their cap space to make a big splash in free agency. But, Brent, why is that less common now?
Well, really the mechanisms for you to retain and maintain your star power has gotten easier for teams as they have gone out for big extensions to make sure that their star is shining brightest.
LeVert sets a screen for Johnson. Over Stewart. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got 4 rebounds in this game. Stewart misses. The Hawks trail by 19. Beyond the arc. And that's good. Karis LeVert for 3. LeVert's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession.
Well, somehow they kept possession of the ball after that poor pass. They should be very thankful that wasn't a turnover.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Ivy on the wing. Here's Stewart. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
Detroit leading by 18. And the Hawks have been part of the play-in tournament 3 consecutive seasons.
Yeah, since that run, Kevin, in the 2021 conference finals, it has been tough sledding for Atlanta. They've really been stuck in middling in that 7 to 10 range, which is forcing you to play some tough opponents in those early rounds. They have not overcome that.
A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Kevin, thanks. For the NBA, content continues to be king. Commissioner Adam Silver says the biggest issue for streaming services is what's called churn. To cancel is just a click. So it's more pay for play these days. We have to focus on people staying with you and having great content throughout the year. Kevin?
Yeah, you know, he's doing a great job, isn't he, David? Thank you so much.
What a great touch on that shot from LeVert. Even the foul can't interrupt the rhythm of his mechanics.
For Atlanta, they have gone 1 of 3 at the line here.
And when you look at their numbers from a season ago, 80% as a unit, that's something you'll be happy with.
Cunningham's shot is off. The Hawks trail by 18. LeVert the pass to Johnson. LeVert against Ivy. Now here's LeVert. He's guarded closely. Down to 5 on the shot clock. High post shot. And the Hawks getting another basket right there.
And it's clear that LeVert has tons of confidence, especially in his ability to drain jumpers.
Here's Cunningham. Out to Thompson. Back to Cunningham. Pass to Stewart.
2 minutes remaining.
Thompson outside. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. The Hawks trail by 16. Here is Daniels. Shot from the wing. It's hauled in by Stewart. And here we go. Thompson heading to the hoop. Pushing it up. Back to Ivy. Thompson left side. And he lays it straight in. Thompson's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Gotta do more than this to stop Thompson. He's used to having to fight through contact.
Got a piece of it. And here we go. The Pistons fast break. Shot's good by Duren. Duren's got 8 points.
Just flat out playmaking from Cade. This is why he was picked first overall.
And the foul called on Cade Cunningham. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Johnson. Coach Niang comes in for Rizachet. Mans checked in for Karis LeVert. And Trae Young subbed in for Dyson Daniel. Capella with a screen on Thompson. Young and Thompson sends it back.
He has the potential to be an elite NBA defender for a long time. Thompson can guard anybody.
Stolen by Thompson. And Thompson slams it home.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Here's Young. Atlanta again missing.
Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
They have a good plan going right now, and they're starting to create separation.
The game plan might have been good, but you have to bring it together. Right now, their chemistry is something to be admired.
Cunningham for 3. Here's Thompson. Pass to Duren. Second chance shot. Offensive rebound. Stewart passes to Ivy. Stewart with a screen on Young. 5 to shoot. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. And so is Detroit, holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. From the field, thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
17.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. You look at Cade Cunningham in this game, he's been everywhere.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
We've got Tim Hardaway Jr. Tobias Harris is out there with Reed. Then it's Malik Beasley. And it's Waters in at the point. And that's the group for J.B. Bickerstaff as we begin the second half. Reed finds Hardaway. 4 on the shot clock. Nance comes with the double team. For 3, Harris. Rebound by the Hawks.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Brent, something the Detroit Pistons unit does so well is push the pace in their game.
Yeah, you love to lean into young players and that vibrant athleticism, but you also have to understand that playing fast comes with quick decision making, and sometimes those don't always go hand in hand. The experience that these guys will have in their growth together and how soon it is that they realize they can help each other, it's going to push them places faster and further than they even realize.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. And Beasley has the ball here for the Pistons. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Hardaway goes in. And here's Harris from the arc. Nance gets the rebound. And has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. To the middle. Here's Capella. Got a hand on it. Pass to Waters. Harris setting the pick for Hardaway. Shot clock at 6. Nailed from three-point land.
That's one of Tim Hardaway Jr.'s favorite shots. Not just the ones that go in, but from that spot on the floor.
Here's Young. The Hawks again can't hit. Detroit's gone past the three-point line for 13 of their shots. They're 6 of 13. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, this summer we saw the NBA break up its draft into 2 days. The next idea, a bigger break between the draft and the start of free agency. The common thread is giving front offices more time to strategize around these highly consequential decision periods, the NBA calendar. Kevin?
Interesting, DA. Thank you.
And that's where you want to feed Clint Capella deep down on the interior part of the paint. Let him power it through.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Paul Reed. That's his first foul. And the Hawks with possession here. Pass to Bufkin. Clock at 6. Here's Capella. And the dunk by Capella.
Not a lot of plays drawn up for Capella, so his energy and involvement come from that kind of activity there.
Waters passes to Hardaway. Reed a screen. Hardaway goes in, and the layup falls. Hardaway has got 8 here in the quarter.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
Yeah, this team did something at halftime, going from a mild-mannered half-court executing team to some heroic shooting in the second half.
Nance against Harris. This one for 3. It's hauled in by Clint Capella. For Atlanta, they've gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. Here's Bufkin. No scoring in this one. Capella, the pass to man. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here. Got a piece of it. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Trae Young, he's checked in for Atlanta.
Coming onto the floor for the Hawks. Number 11, Trae.
Detroit's gone 2 of 5 with the three-point shot since coming out of the break. Outside Hardaway. Fires from deep. Rebound by the Hawks. Capella's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Now Detroit moving it up. Outside Hardaway. Detroit, no good that time either. Atlanta's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3.
So weird. Sometimes when you get that much time, it can throw you off just as much as having no time.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Here's Cunningham on the court for Atlanta. In the post, it'll be Johnson and Okongwu. Karis LeVert is out there with Daniels. And it's Rizachet in at the 3 spot. LeVert the pass to Okongwu. Here's Daniels. And Jalen Duren picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Detroit on D. Now LeVert. 6 on the shot clock. And there's the drive. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. It's going to be on Cade Cunningham.
And just so good at reading angles. When LeVert spots a lane to the rim, he is all over it.
Young's checked in for Atlanta. Cunningham for 3. Rebound by the Hawks. Here we go, one-on-one. And Okongwu slams it in.
And good recognition there from Trey. It's part of his role. He's got to find open guys.
Pass to Thompson. And Thompson slams it home.
Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special. Young against Thompson. Young outside. Fade away. That shot misses.
And not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots. Not the wild one he took there.
Stewart with a screen on LeVert. Cunningham kicks to Thompson. Cunningham against LeVert. Back to Thompson. And Thompson throws it down.
I think the rim could be 12 feet off the ground, and Thompson could still go get the lob.
And here's LeVert. Takes the 3. The rebound by Ivy. Second minute off the clock now in the fourth. Stewart down low. Okongwu on him. Back to Duren. Out to the wing. Here's Stewart. Pistons working now with a new shot clock. Out to Thompson. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Bryson Daniels checked in for LeVert.
Coming onto the floor for the Hawks. Number 5, Bryson Daniels.
Just a little under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the fourth. High post Young working on Thompson. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. And an intentional foul right there.
And you can see where they're coming from by fouling to stop the clock, but really they're just kidding themselves.
Atlanta calls timeout. And the Hawks making a change here. LeVert's checked in. Cunningham inside. He's covered by Daniels. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Asar Thompson.
Third personal
And that'll be his third foul so far.
And now only one away from being in the penalty.
Stolen by Thompson.
Oh, that's a tough pass to make there. He had a very narrow gap. And when it comes to getting up and down the floor, Thompson has few peers.
2 minutes remaining in
Levert against Cunningham
2 minutes.
to end the drought. And the layup's good off the glass. Levert's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Out to the right wing. Stewart finds Ivy. And they pick up 2.
Look, if you're a big man that feeds the little guy, man, you deserve the ball back. Nice look from Stewart.
1:36 left to play here in the fourth. Bucket is good. Pistons have gone 4 of 8 in this fourth quarter, shooting an even 50% from the field. Lobbed up there for Thompson, and stolen by Okongwu.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Pistons.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And, you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Asar Thompson.
And so many times on the defensive end showed off those quick mitts, jumped all over the opposition and swiped the ball away a number of times.
This arena was rocking throughout the night. You could really feel the energy.
A huge motivation, always great for a young team, but veteran players also appreciate when fans come with that kind of energy and get into the spirit of the game.
Okongwu bounce pass. 6 to shoot. Pulls it up. And it's Shea missing. The way, Greg, they're sharing the ball tonight, mesmerizing.
Everyone's getting to touch it, and everyone's contributing.
Now, here's Cunningham. From deep three-point territory. And so Detroit takes this one by a big margin. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game...
And preparing for battle. Each guy with his own approach. Greetings, folks. Thanks. For tuning. In the 2K. And now let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Charlotte Hornets. Ball and Miller pair up as the backcourt. Miles Bridges is out there with Josh Okogie. And it's Williams in at the 5. And for Detroit, Cunningham and Ivy work together as the backcourt. Duran out there with Isaiah Stewart. And it's Thompson in at the 3, the small forward. And Grant, for each of these teams, wins have been tough to come by lately.
No doubt. That creates a little bit of added pressure, too. So the last thing a struggling team wants to do is lose to an opponent in the same situation.
And in recent seasons, Grant, almost no team's been hit by the injury bug as much as the Hornets.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, you wonder what they could have done if they'd stayed healthy. They built the team around key players, and those guys have just missed a lot of time.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
Williams with the screen. Miller. Cunningham with some nice D.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
And it's rejected. And it's going to be out of bounds. Detroit will have another go.
Pistons basketball.
Hey, yo, right here. Driving inside. Williams grabs the board. A chance here to catch up with Allie from the sideline.
A bit ago, JB Bickerstaff and I were able to chat. I talked with Coach about LaMelo Ball and what he said to his guys before the game, and he said to me, I just told our guys to be active out there. LaMelo is an energetic, springy player. We can't let him out-hustle and outwork us. LaMelo is a challenging assignment for any defense. We'll see how this unfolds. Guys?
Great work, Allie. Thanks. They grab their own miss. And the dunk by Duran.
You have to put a body on Duran. He's quick, he's athletic, and he has that 7'5" wingspan.
Williams a screen on Cunningham. The kick out to Ball. Miller, the pass to Ball. 5 to shoot. Beyond the arc. The rebound by Detroit. Stewart with it, and Bridges picks him up defensively. Pass to Stewart. Fires from deep. Gets the 3 to fall.
Yeah, what a feed from Ivy. These are the type of passes you love seeing from him.
And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Thompson against Ball to the paint. Here's Duran. And the dunk by Duran.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Wow, did I just see that? I mean, LaMelo with the artful dribble.
First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes played so far. Stewart outside. 6 on the shot clock. Out to Thompson. Tipped away. Ball with it. And it's Ivy picking him up. Miller, the pass to Bridges. Okogie on the wing. To the inside. Here's Williams. Nice start for him. Sinking his first shot.
Attacking in the painted area. Clearly that was their game plan coming in.
First personal foul. Team second.
We've got 1:55 left in the first quarter here. Cunningham finds Ivy. After missing his first attempt, now 1 for 2.
Just finding room to go to work inside. Ivy really relies on his physical abilities to get a close-range shot.
Ball's double. Outside, Williams. Here's Bridges. Soft touch off the glass.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Well, when you are the aggressor this early, it is intimidating.
Now here's Duren. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Duren's got 6.
They're going to work inside. I like how confident Jalen is from this area.
And it's 6'10". Jalen Duren is an incredible athlete for his size.
Yeah, he's got a lot of bounce, which helps him as a rim protector, rebounder, and lob threat. Plus, he's got quick feet, and he's able to guard smaller guys on the perimeter.
And he gets the bucket.
And I love the energy from Cunningham inside, pushing to get the bucket.
Ball against Thompson. Ball no good. The Pistons lead by 4. And up the court come the Pistons on the break. Oh, and the jam by Thompson.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. And the Hornets with possession here. Following the score by Detroit. Here's Williams. It's tipped.
Yeah, anytime you put the ball up near Duren, there's a chance it ends up back in your face. I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
At the line for the Hornets.
And Williams drops them both. Detroit has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Cunningham drives in. Here's Duren. And the dunk by Duren.
And for a younger guy, Cunningham's vision is impressive. He's always watching the floor.
Stolen by Ivy. Cunningham outside. Puts up a deep 3. No good that time. With 1 on the clock. The shot won't fall. And so it's Detroit with a 6-point lead at the close of the quarter. And it's all due to their ability to own the paint. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for Detroit.
Well, I have to applaud their ball movements. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
And the other thing you notice is how determined they've been to get into the paint and get buckets around the rim.
Cunningham and Ivy work together as the backcourt. Sar Thompson out there with Isaiah Stewart. And it's Duren in at the center, locking down the middle. That's the 5 on the floor for the Pistons. Cunningham looking it over. Just 5 to shoot. Back to Duren. Duren with a screen on Miller. There's Cunningham with a 3. Cash from Cunningham on the 3-ball.
A pretty big component of Cunningham's game. He knows how to produce from the arc.
Not watching the line there. That'll be a backcourt violation. Pass to Thompson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Cunningham. Thompson's gotten his second bucket.
Good work down low. I mean, I like how confident Thompson is from this area.
Cunningham against Miller. Fires the 3. Sinks it from distance. Miller's got 6 points.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Cade Cunningham has really been improving from distance. He said early in his career he was playing a lot of minutes, and stepping back to the NBA three-point line, he just didn't have enough legs in his shot. After his shin surgery, he redefined his form and strengthened his legs. Ryan, he said it helped a lot.
That could be a silver lining of all that time off, Allie. And Grant, we know the importance of the veteran leaders on a team, but not every vet wants to accept the mentorship role.
Very true, B.A. In your later years, that role becomes a blend of playing and kind of coaching. just cut out for that.
And it's Charles Lee calling timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
Give yourself a big round of applause.
One shot.
That free throw good from Cunningham.
Yeah, can you say total package? Cunningham, the prototype guard these days.
Miller against Cunningham. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good. Give him 8. The Pistons lead by 11. Cunningham on the take. Pass to Duren. Oh, and he blocks it off the glass. Wow. Ball with it. And it's Ivy picking him up. Williams a screen on Thompson. The 3 from Ball. Duren with the rebound. Duren's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Ivy. Stewart outside. Cunningham outside. Picked by Stewart. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Duren finds Ivy. Williams against Duren. Beat the shot clock, but it's off the mark. And given LaMelo Ball is 6'7", how does this give him an advantage in his position, Greg?
Well, B.A., he's able to score on smaller guards, as well as see over them and find his teammates. His height and quick decision-making are real weapons. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
And Charlotte making a change here. Nurkic just checked in.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
1:57 left to play in the first half. Here's Duren. That shot is off. Nurkic with some nice D. Ball against Cunningham. Nurkic a screen on Cunningham. Here's the floater. Ball no good. And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for Detroit. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Pass to Thompson. With the drive, back to Duren. Ivy outside. Deflected. Here's Okogie. Back to Miller. From deep. The offensive rebound. Detroit leading by 9. And Cunningham running the floor.
I mean, he does everything on the floor. Cunningham always with max effort.
Miller, the pass to Ball. Jacks up a 3. Charlotte, no good that time either. The Pistons have gotten over 50% of their shots to go. 5 for 9 in the second.
And Duren doesn't fear the contact. In fact, he welcomes it when he's trying to score.
It's his first trip to the line.
And in their last game, he really distinguished himself at the free throw line.
And the second free throw is good. Hornets trail by 12. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Ball passes to Okogie. Back to Ball. Okogie on the wing. 4-3. It's good. And the assist that time from Ball. Ball's got 4 assists in the game. The Pistons shooting 56% for the second quarter. Here's Ivy. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Ball passes to Miller. Drops in the layup for 2. Miller's got 7 points here in the quarter.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Here's Cunningham. And so it's Cade Cunningham making things happen for the Detroit Pistons. 8 points in the quarter, showing how effective he can be. We're coming right back. Don't go anywhere.
Fans, please direct your attention now to center court. And get ready!
for those just tuning in, thanks for being with us. Second half of this game still to play. Nice game. Great performance by Cade Cunningham.
What makes him an exciting player is the ultra-aggressive mindset that we saw over and over in the first half.
Yeah, he hasn't been settling. He's getting to the rim, and that's him at his best.
On the court for Charlotte, they've got Williams, Josh Green out there with Trey Mann. Then it's Yusuf Nurkic, and it's Salon in at the 3 spot. Here's Waters. He's guarded by Mann. Here's Harris. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Harris has got his first bucket in this one.
And nice strength from Harris, fending off the contact with ease.
Pass to Salon. The three-pointer off the mark. Detroit leading by 7. Beasley for 3. Williams grabs the board. The Hornets shooting about 48% from the floor. Pretty good. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thank you, Brian. Well, the Pistons have struggled despite the improvement of their young cornerstone, Cade Cunningham. He said, quote, "This league rewards winning. People are going to say everything I'm doing is empty and meaningless until I win games. That's what I plan on doing, and once I do that, all the other stuff will come with it." Guys?
That's a great perspective to keep right there, Allie. Thank you. Hornets trail by 5. Now the Hornets moving it up. And that one's good. Green. Just over a minute and a half played in the third. Here's Beasley. Reed passes to Waters. Back to Reed. And he takes the feet in stride and slams it home.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. Pass to Salah. Back to Mann. The Pistons clear it. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Kicks it out to Hardaway. Here's the 3. Fires in the triple. And it's an 8-point Detroit lead.
We're beginning to see this more and more from Harris. Just taking what the defense allows, and that time finding the wide open man.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. You were there, Stan, in Miami at the inception of Heat culture. Give us a taste of it.
Well, it's a little bit overblown in one way, in that everyone basically wants people who work hard and get in shape and compete. The difference maybe with the Heat is they just have a lower tolerance for players who don't meet their standards.
And the basket is good.
That's a fantastic feed right there. Kicking it out for the good look. Plays like this really help team chemistry.
Pass to Salah. Another shot. High post Green. From deep three-point range. The long distance 3 is buried. Green's got 5 points.
And that's on the defense, giving him a decent look. That's his shot.
Beasley. Rebounded by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound in this one. Down low. Here's Williams. Outside for Green. Back to Williams. To the middle. Here's Nurkic. And Nurkic throws it down.
Oh, the big man, Nurkic, from super close range.
Waters, the pass to Reed. And here's Harris. Picked by Reed. Harris outside. 3-pointer. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Nurkic has got a rebound number 5 here tonight. And with it. From the arc. No luck on that one.
Well, the defense got lucky there. More often than not, he's making that shot.
Hardaway from outside. The rebound by Mann. Hornets trail by 4. And they're on the break. Here's Salon. No good from outside.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
Well, the offense has to look for ways to get him easier shots. Better selections. You have to be set up for success.
Capable of playing both the 3 and 4 spots, Harris's versatility is his greatest strength.
And the Pistons going with a whole new group out there. And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to talk it over with his guys. The Pistons lead by 5. Here's Cunningham. Oh, what a move by Cunningham inside.
And no lack in concentration. Cunningham going to work.
Ball looks over the floor. And the layup is good off the glass.
See, now that layup isn't possible without the help of the pick.
He's shooting free throws number 4 and 5 here.
Second personal foul.
That free throw good from Cunningham. Okogie's checked in for Green.
At the line for your pick.
Both free throws good from Cunningham. Hornets trail by 7. Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. And there's the call on LaMelo Ball. That'll be a second foul of the game.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Here's Cunningham. He's got 16. There's 18 seconds left to play in the third. Picked by Stewart. It's Cunningham with a drive. Oh, it's blocked by Williams. Okogie, the pass to Bridges. And stolen by Cunningham. And so it's Detroit closing out this quarter with a 7-point lead. And it's mostly... And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
He's always near the top of the list for this honor. I mean, passes like these are his specialty.
Well, he's a consummate floor general, surveying the defense and delivering the pass on time and on target.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this. Oh, okay!
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, the instant LaMelo sees the opening, he's moving the ball. He jumps at the chance to feed a wide-open guy.
Here's Thompson. Pass to Duren. Cunningham with the ball. On the wing, Ivy. Duren, the screen. Clock at 4. The baseline, Jay. Count that one. He's now 5 for 8.
Well, his rebounding is such a boost for this team, especially when it comes on the offensive end.
Ball against Thompson. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Asar Thompson. That's foul number 2 for him. Fourth quarter of basketball. We're about a minute into it. Screen by Bridges. And Miller good for 3.
Yeah, a sign of things to come, hopefully. I mean, once Miller gets going, he is capable of dominating games.
There's Cunningham with a 3. Williams grabs the board. Hornets trail by 4. From the elbow. And it falls all over the rim and in.
Love the confidence from this young man. Miller is so quick off the catch.
Cunningham up top. Stewart outside. Back to Cunningham. Pass to Stewart. Nice D from Bridges. The Hornets have gone a perfect 3 for 3 here in the fourth. To tie it up. Miller outside. Bridges, a screen on Cunningham. Here's Miller. And he misses the go-ahead basket. For Detroit, they've gotten only 1 of 5 to fall here in the fourth. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen.
Here's Cunningham. Lets it go from deep. It's good. He's 6 for 12 from the floor.
He's really finding his rhythm here. I mean, smart move to keep feeding him the ball.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Yeah, inside ball has to rely on his agility. That's how he finds his way to close-range looks.
Duren in the post. Williams defending. Duren, the pass to Thompson. Cunningham up top. 5 on the clock. There's the screen. Lets it go. And it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Cunningham's got 9 points here in the second half. Ball with it. Now guarded by Duren. Ball no good. The Pistons lead by 5. Duren, the pass to Cunningham. And there's 1:38 left in the fourth. Launches it from deep. They get it again. Thompson. Pass to Ivy. Cunningham, right side. This one for 3. Pure from three-point range. Cunningham's got 24. And we've got a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. Some changes for Charlotte. Nurkic comes in for Williams, and Green is subbed in for Okogie. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Charles Lee said to the team. They told the team to dig deep, play with passion, finish this game out right. We'll see if they do, guys.
Thanks for that, Allie.
Oh, yes. 2 loud points from Miller, making his presence felt.
Cunningham passes to Stewart. Miller comes with a double. Stewart finds Ivy. Stolen by Miller.
You know, I think it's desperation time for them.
It's not going to be easy now. They're going to need just about everything to go right from this point on.
Oh, clutch points from Ball. You can't forget he's 6'7", and that really helps him get shots off when it matters the most.
Thompson against Miller. And the dunk by Duren.
What an injection of energy from Duren, working hard to find points for his team.
Miller left side, fires the 3. No good on the shot. And so Cunningham will bring it up for Detroit. Inside. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Everyone loves the alley-oop play, B.A.
Yep, one of the prettiest in basketball. And here's Ivy from the arc. He can't get that one to fall. Ooh, excellent D there from Ball. Count it. Here's Thompson. Good. So it's Detroit picking up the win. I'm sure they would have preferred a blowout victory, but a win's a win.
And so true, but you have to...
Well, great. This matchup features two teams that want to slow things down and run their offense in the half court.
Yeah, both sides are methodical. They want to get into their sets and create quality looks and also have floor balance. I'd be surprised if we see a ton of fast break opportunities tonight.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Williams is out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Okogie in at the 3 spot. And so the Charlotte Hornets get the first points of the ball game. Driving in. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Well, that is a very impressive, quick first step by Josh Okogie. Hard to defend that.
And David Aldridge spoke with Quinn Snyder. David?
In talking to Coach, he discussed the hidden talents of LaMelo Ball. Coach said he's still a young player in this league, but we can't take that lightly. We've seen what he's done to soft defenses. We need to be physical. So we'll see if that defense tightens up for them. Guys?
Thank you, David. There's Miller with the 3. Okongwu grabs the board. And the Hawks can't hang on to the ball. Clark, we've all heard the comparisons. Brandon Miller plays a lot like a young Paul George.
And you know, it makes a ton of sense when you consider that Paul George is Brandon Miller's favorite player. So he spent a bunch of time studying how PG gets it done and putting those moves into his own book bag.
They get it back to the left side wing. Knocked away. Here's Daniels. He's covered by Ball. Daniels kicks to Okongwu. And that one is good.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
And the foul on Dyson Daniels. That is his first foul of the game. Miller surveying the floor. Okogie. Here's Williams. Okongwu grabs the board.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Pass to Daniels. Oh, and here comes Miller all alone. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. Miller's got 5 now.
And this is what you like about Miller. He has great range from 3, but he can also make tough shots in traffic.
The shot by Okongwu, no good.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And, you know, even though they didn't come up with the steal, that's still a nice defensive play.
Now, here's Ball. Off target at the rim. Miller outside. Hits the three-point bomb. He's got 8. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Hornets.
They're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
Well, how about the transition game, too? I mean, that's been another key for them, moving the ball quickly up the floor. Let's see if they can keep that up.
Clark with the Hornets, they were hit with injuries as hard as any team in the NBA in the 23-24 season.
Kevin, I couldn't agree with you more. It was so unfortunate in that regard, and it's not anything you can control, and it made it almost impossible for them to have a productive season because of those injuries.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Pass to Okogie. Back to Ball. Launches a 3. Okongwu grabs the board. The Hawks trailing. Outside, Ball. Bridges sets the screen for Ball. Atlanta with the rebound. Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Here's Rizachet. Up and in on the lane.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Clark, the 2021 Rookie of the Year, LaMelo Ball, and the only thing holding him back now is his health.
It certainly is, and it's unfortunate because he's a talented, fun-to-watch player. He's already missed a bunch of games early in his career, but he is the total package as a point guard now. Great length at 6'7", and I still think he has MVP potential. It's a matter of can he stay on the floor?
Now, here's Okongwu. Okongwu with a screen on Miller. And it's LeVert missing.
You know, the fact is he's not a lock from there, but he was open enough to where he should have hit that shot.
Pulls up. Miller, no up. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Johnson, the pass to Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
And this guy, to me, embodies determination. Small in his position, but he still gets up and keeps plays alive. That's mind over matter for sure.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Daniels passes to LeVert. 3 seconds left, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Assist from Dyson Daniels.
Tie game in Atlanta. The second quarter coming up right after this break, so don't go anywhere. And some good action in the books as we get back to the game that's been pretty close here so far. And what do you guys think about the Hawks here in this one?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
Yeah, you know what? Makes it really easy for the coaching staff in that case. No adjustments needed. Just keep on keeping on.
So on the floor for Charlotte to start this second quarter. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Miles Bridges is out there with Williams, and it's Okogie in at the small forward position. Here is Williams. Karis LeVert making his last shot. Here's Rizachet. Rebound by Williams. Ball with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Back to Ball. Williams has a screen for Ball. Really left alone that time. Ball's got 7 points.
Deadly in the pick and roll. LaMelo Ball can do anything out of that particular set. This time calling his own number.
LeVert from outside. The Hornets pull it in. Williams has got 4 rebounds in this game. Miller outside. And it's off from three-point range. For Atlanta, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Kevin, the new leadership in Charlotte has made it clear that it's not going in for quick fixes. The goal is sustained success, building with youth and development. Call it roster flexibility or a blank slate. But with some promising young players and more health, there's nowhere to go but up. Kevin?
Health is huge. That's the hope. Hey, David, thank you. Here is Daniels. Miles Bridges picking up that last basket. Here's Okongwu. And Okongwu slams it in.
Good to see a player going all out when the game's this tight.
You know, G.A., he knows what his job is. Patrol the offensive glass.
You know, that time I thought he did it with authority. Tremendous putback at a time when they really need it.
Miller finds Ball. Williams. And it's Williams with the jam.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Yeah, these teams trading punches right now. I mean, it's table tennis. Back and forth we go.
Now, here's LeVert. He has 7. Pass to Okongwu. Shot clock at 6. Back to LeVert. Okongwu with a screen on Miller. LeVert from outside. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Williams has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And what stands out most, Clark, about Mark Williams, it has to be his rebounding.
Yeah, he's a glass-eating machine, and on a per-minute basis, he's one of the best in the league at corralling boards.
but he's had a little bit of an issue staying healthy. When he's on the floor, though, he gives them a real powerful presence up front.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Mark Williams. And Josh Green subbed in for Josh Okogie. Here's Bridges, and he hammers that one right down into the face of Jalen Johnson.
How about that burst and bounce from Bridges on the throwdown as he rolled right by the defenders?
Okongwu with a screen on Miller, and he lobs it up toward the rim. And Okongwu slams it in.
And how about the offensive rebound with a little extra punch on the putback?
You're right, Greg. As they look to trim the deficit, could we see them send a few more bodies to the board from here on out? Maybe, just maybe.
Well, I don't think it would be a bad idea, but I mean, they could use all the second chance points they can get.
Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Just great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and then trigger the fast break.
Hornets leading by 3. Ball dishes to Miller. Nurkic a screen on LeVert. Miller the pass to Nurkic. And finished off by Nurkic.
And uses balance along with fluidity to finish at the rim. Nurkic is a unique big.
And stolen by Miller. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And Green gets it to go.
And how about the bounce pass there being used to perfection?
And so LeVert will bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Okongwu with a screen on Miller. Here's LeVert. Goes straight to the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's going to be on Brandon Miller.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
You know, when you're looking to close the gap, you need guys who will take it upon themselves to step up, take the initiative, and make something happen.
So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Hornets lead by 4. A chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David, thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second half of basketball right after this. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. One of the stories here, guys, Karis LeVert getting it done today.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Well, you know what, guys? It was all about efficient offense, not rushing things, taking your time, finding the best shot on every possession.
So with Johnson sitting on the bench, here's the 5 for Quinn Snyder right now. They've got Clint Capella. Trae Young is out there with Terrence Mann. Then there's Larry Nance. And it's Niang in at the small forward. Look, obviously, this is a results league for head coaches. And we're always going to see lots of changes at that position.
I think you're exactly right. I don't necessarily agree with it all the time. I would like to see owners and general managers and decision makers be a little more patient, give coaches a little more runway. But we know it's a results-oriented league, and oftentimes the reality is that it's easier to change one coach than it is perhaps to change a handful of players on a roster that's not performing.
And Young, here we go. Another miss by Young.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
On the wing, Green. No good on the 3. The Hawks trail by 6. Nance in the post, defended by Mann. Niang kicks to Young. 5 on the clock. With the drive, drops in the layup for 2. Young's got 5 points in the quarter.
Nice job capitalizing down there. Young good at probing inside and finding some space.
Mann passes to Nurkic. Back to Mann. Back to Nurkic. Launches it. Sinks the three-pointer. Nurkic has got 7 points.
Nurkic doesn't take a lot of bad shots, so when he decides to pull up off the dribble, you know he's feeling it.
Here's Young. And the rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound in this one. Green inside the three-point line. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. For Atlanta, they've gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the 3rd quarter. And Young kicks to Capella. Capella sets a screen for Young. Going inside. 2 points. That one goes. He has 7.
And on the drive, Young can be so sudden. The defense barely gets a chance to react.
Williams finds Green. Charlotte moving it around. Here's Nurkic. Back to Mann. It's stolen by Capella. Young against Green. Young outside. Fires the 3. The Hornets pull it in. Nurkic has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Shots good by Green.
Great dish from Nurkic there. He really has a 6th sense for those reads.
Young against Green. Now, here is Young. He has 7 to the inside. Nurkic with the steal. Here's Mann. It's deflected, and they'll get another chance. The 3. Rebound by the Hawks. 1:05 left to play in the 3rd. Mann in the corner. And Nance kicks to Young. Nurkic with the block.
And that 7'2" wingspan for Nurkic, he can just gobble up shots. He knocks that one away with authority.
Clock is at 3. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Hawks will retain possession. And there's another turnover by Atlanta.
Well, I think that pass caught him off guard, but he showed us board hands too.
Charlotte leading by 9. Mann with it. Still scoreless. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. In the corner, Nance with it. Taken away by Williams. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Shots good by Green. Green's got 6 points in the quarter.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
Green against Young. Pass to Niang. Back to Young. It's stolen by Green. And here we go. Hornets running again.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close the quarter.
Talk about lifting up a team and energizing them at the end of a quarter. A 3 at the buzzer, that'll do it.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down. 4th quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Charlotte leading by 10. And on the court for Charlotte as we start the 4th. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Mark Williams is out there with Bridges, and it's Okogie in at the 3 spot. And it's out of bounds. The Hornets able to retain possession here. On the wing, Miller. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Tipped away. LeVert against Miller. And here is Ball. To the middle. Williams kicks the ball. And that'll be Charlotte as it goes out of bounds. Hornets retain possession. LeVert brings the double team. Pass to Okogie. Miller outside. Shot clock at 5. From past the arc. Buries it from three-point range. Miller's got the lead up to 13 now for Charlotte.
A huge reason Miller went so high in the draft. His three-point stroke. It's exactly what you want in a wing.
Daniels passes to LeVert. A shake. Inside. Poked away. And they recover it. Now Reza Shea. His three-pointer's off the mark. Miller outside. Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. And another 3 for Charlotte.
And with his diverse game and 6'9" frame, Brandon Miller can score in bunches. And on nights like tonight, it's really hard to get someone to match up with him.
LeVert. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Charlotte leading by 16. Miller outside. To the wing right side. Williams inside. And the foul on Dyson Daniels. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Trae Young, he's checked in for Atlanta.
Number 11.
Right wing for 3 at Kobe. And it's Daniels with the rebound. For Atlanta, they've gone 0-3 to start the 4th quarter. 4th quarter of play, and we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now. Young, no good. The Hornets have gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Miller outside. Pass to Okogie. Now here's Williams. Double team on Williams. Just 4 to shoot. It's good from long range.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
Well, you know, that's exactly their plan here in the 4th. Work to find space behind the arc and then bury some threes.
Looking to end the run. Williams with the block. Over to the wing. Bridges with it, and it's Johnson picking him up.
Well, you got to do a lot more than this to stop Bridges. I mean, when he's got momentum behind him, he runs right through the defense.
Here's Young. And once again off the mark by Atlanta. Charlotte leading by 21. Here's Miller. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
His 4th. Team second.
No question he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Hornets.
And look at how aggressive they were defensively, forcing mistakes and turning those mistakes into points.
You know, something else, guys? You know, they came out of that tunnel sprinting in a full stride sprint. That translated to the floor and lots of success in the fast break game.
Here's Young. Williams with the block.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Hornets.
And this, oh, what a dunk!
Assisted.
And what an incredible talent Miller is. What a ferocious finish there.
Daniels passes to Young. To end the cold streak, and he lays it up and in. And so it's Ball with it. He brings it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Williams trying to break free. Got him up in the air with the pump fake and then took advantage.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
And, you know, this run shows what kind of attitude this team has. I mean, the win is there. Go get it.
On its way from Young for two. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper.
A bad man on the offensive end. Young can really be a menace with his shooting.
Ball dishes to Williams. Rebound, Atlanta. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Young. Pass to Daniel. Back to Young. Over Miller. Can't get it to fall. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right.
Hey, everybody, we're coming to you live. Well, center position is obviously a point of strength for both of these teams, Brent.
Do you believe, BA, that these guys are coming in and not thinking about that very same thing? These guys want to test each other tonight, and you wonder, whoever gets the best of the other guy, will that elevate the next couple weeks of play for them in terms of their confidence? So a big man battle. Let's keep a close eye on it.
Now look at Detroit's starting lineup. Cunningham and Ivy work.
Oh, man!
Nobody is stopping that.
Way up there in the rafters.
Insane!
What a finish!
Now here's LeVert. And a nice finish on the layup.
Yeah, that's inexcusable. I mean, the defense must push LeVert farther away from the basket than that.
Ivy, left side. The three. That falls. Nice feed that time from Cunningham.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
LeVert goes against Cunningham. LeVert, that's good. LeVert's gotten his second bucket of the game.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Well, he's going to just keep going now. That's early confidence for him.
Now here's Cunningham. Pass to Duren. And the dunk by Duren.
Yeah, undersized guys with athleticism do these kind of things, playing above the rim. Love to see him get up like that.
Last season was tough for the Pistons, Brent, setting an NBA record by losing 28 games in a row.
BA, I'm a glass half full guy. I'm going to go on the bright side. Look at their core. It's led by Cade Cunningham. This guy is ultra talented. He's still in his early 20s. They have a lot of young talent on the roster. They're going to be better, and they play way better in the second half of the year. So how's that for some positivity? And Cade with a great job just surveying the defense that time, finds the open man.
LeVert passes to Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
There are only a few players who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Over to the wing. Stewart against Johnson. And here's Cunningham. To the middle. Here's Duren. And the dunk by Duren.
When you're trying to stop a guy like this, you have to match his intensity level.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Cunningham with the ball. Now LeVert defending. And he goes in for the dunk.
And Cade Cunningham has his fingerprints all over sequences like that.
LeVert outside. Hits the three-pointer. LeVert's got 7 points in the game.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Here's Cunningham.
His first. Team's first.
Goes up off the inbound. Out to Thompson. Shot clock at 5. Rejected by Okongwu. And a fast break now for the Hawks. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
Yeah, Risache is already advanced with the ball in his hand. He knows how to pick up that whistle.
And out on the wings, Zach Risache has so many things scouts are looking for these days.
Yeah, B.A., this guy has tremendous potential as a two-way threat. Great length, good athleticism, and his jump shot could be elite.
And it's Cunningham missing. The Hawks trailing. And they've been producing at a high level.
No question. They're in a nice rhythm offensively. And that was just moving the ball quickly. And he's rewarded at the end with a high percentage.
The defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Given his range, you'd expect him to capitalize on that opening.
There's 57 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Tipped.
Yeah, anytime you put the ball up near Duren, there's a chance it ends up back in your face.
50 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Okongwu. And unable to get the go-ahead bucket there. End of quarter management here. They can go 2 for 1.
Make the math work in your favor.
Pass to Cunningham. Back to Stewart. Shot clock at 6. Here's Ivy. Sinks that one from the post. Ivy's got 5.
When Ivy's hitting like this, he's got that feeling. That shot becomes unguardable.
LeVert outside. Picked up by Okongwu. There's the 3. The shot misses. And so, lots of scoring in a competitive first quarter. The Pistons on top, leading by just 2. Quarter number 2 coming up right after this break. Don't go anywhere. And if you're just joining us, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for Detroit.
Ever since this game started, they've been attacking on the inside, looking for ways to bust up the defense and get high percentage looks.
Well, they've really attacked off of the turnovers, so leaking out and capitalizing on fast break stuff.
Setting the floor for Detroit. Cunningham and Ivy work together as the backcourt. Sar Thompson out there with Isaiah Stewart. And it's Duren in at center. Detroit shooting their first free throws of this game. And Brent, 2 of the best athletes in the league are brothers, Asar and Amin Thompson.
These guys are absolutely off the charts in terms of their elite ability to get up off the floor. And Asar came in a little less heralded than his brother, but might have a slight advantage in a very important category, and that's shooting the ball.
And here's Okongwu for 3. Drains the triple. Okongwu's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. And Jalen Johnson is going to pick up the foul. That's his first foul.
Carries the bird. Hawks foul. Jalen Johnson. His first. Team second.
Cunningham looking it over. Let's go with a 3. And they'll get another chance. Thompson finds Ivy. Cunningham against LeVert. 5 to shoot. Back to Ivy. Lets the 3 fly. No rebound by Atlanta. Okongwu's got 4 rebounds in the game. Lays it in off the pretty lob.
Just a perfect pass and some pretty slick body control on the finish, too.
Yeah, that's butter. Cunningham with the ball. To the paint. Pass to Duren. And here's Ivy. Fires the 3. Offensive board. Stewart, the pass to Duren. Cunningham outside. From outside the arc. Cash from Cunningham on the 3 ball.
Good instincts from Cade that time. He has the shot all picked out, so why waste time? Let it rip.
Cunningham against LeVert. And the call will be against Cade Cunningham. That's his first foul of the game. Looking at lineups around the league, Grant, it seems like they're becoming more positionless than ever before.
Yeah, you're spot on, B.A. To the point where some people feel all-star voting shouldn't be by position anymore. It should be by merit.
Detroit has gone 1 of 4 from three-point land here in the second. To the inside. Stolen by Ivy. And the Pistons pushing it up now. And here's Cunningham outside. And Detroit another three.
Right now, Cunningham has that shot dialed in.
Hawks trail by 5. Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. The shot by LeVert, no good.
You could see he wanted to get it back. Sadly, he couldn't capitalize from outside the arc.
And Cunningham gets it to go on the assist by Stewart. Cunningham's got 9 points now in the quarter. Hook loose. Thompson with a steal. It's stolen by Johnson. Picked up by Okongwu. Johnson with it. Now guarded by Duren. Okongwu. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
And the gamble paying off.
Pass to Thompson. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Flying high, Asar Thompson. I wish I still had hops like that. And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. Here's Cunningham. And it's Cade with the finish inside.
Cade Cunningham now running that two-man game. You've got to stop the ball.
Hawks trail by 10. Okongwu, a screen on Cunningham. Here's LeVert. Pass to Okongwu. Wide open look. And all around the rim that time before dropping. Okongwu's got 7 points. Here's Cunningham. On the wing, Ivy. Thompson passes to Cunningham. Down low. Just 5 on the clock. And the dunk by Duren.
Cunningham seeing the floor oh so well in his young career.
LeVert goes against Cunningham. The shot by LeVert, no good.
And there's a little bit of pressure on him, but not enough to cause him to miss a shot that's in that close.
5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Cunningham passes to Ivy. Out to Thompson. Cunningham on the wing. Rebounded by Johnson. Fires from way outside. And so it's Detroit ending the quarter up 10. What has them in front right now, by and large, they're taking great shots. More NBA on 2K Sports right after this. And we've got third quarter basketball here. 2 quarters in the books. Nice game. Great performance by Cade Cunningham.
Through 2 quarters of play, he's been an excellent source of points.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
We've got Clint Capella. Terrence Mann is out there with Trae Young. Then there's George Niang, and it's Nance in at the power forward position. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Quinn Snyder.
We're beginning to see this more and more from Harris, just taking what the defense allows, and that time finding the wide open man.
And he lobs it up top. Oh, stolen by Harris. Beasley outside. Here's Reed. Lays it up and banks it in.
Such a big part of what he does for this team. Just work and work on the boards, generate second chance opportunities, and hopefully convert.
To the paint. Here's Capella. Goes back up. It's blocked. And out of bounds. Detroit will have it.
Pistons ball.
And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Hardaway with a screen on Young. Pass to Reed. The 3. And Young pulls it down. And here's Young. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. It's a 14-point game. He gets it in there.
And Trey doing a good job exploring, trying to find those soft spots in the defense.
Man, Brent, when Trae Young is on the floor, his teams put up ridiculous offensive numbers. What makes Trey a difference maker?
Well, I think Trey's relentlessness as an offensive player is hard to defend. I mean, he's so quick with the basketball. He gets into the teeth of the defense and causes so many problems, BA. He sometimes has those stretches where he becomes an offense unto himself.
Offline from the high post.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Opportunistic basketball. Gets a great look at the three in transition.
Hawks trail by 15. Young looking for an opening. The three is up. Here's Capella. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D. Capella's got his first 2 points.
Well, Capella, if we watched him again there, he would be reading where that ball is going, and he positions himself before the ball even comes off.
And here's Harris outside. Capella with a rebound. Capella's got 4 rebounds now. Nance for 3. The Pistons clear it. Harris on the wing. He's guarded by Nance. Now Young with a steal. On the push. Here comes Atlanta. And Nance with the slam.
Oh, yeah. When Larry Nance Jr. sees a chance to throw it down, he'll throw down.
Reed passes to Beasley. 3 minutes gone now in the third quarter. They get it back. Pass to Waiters. Over Young. Capella with a rebound. Capella's got 5 rebounds in the game. Outside Young. Elbow shot. The rebound by Beasley.
And he just hasn't been able to get it going this period.
No, I haven't seen him in comfortable spots, or at least spots we've seen in this offensive set where they're allowing him to settle in.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Basketball IQ is something that gets talked about, but its importance to a team showing up here, running plays that turn into scores.
Detroit leading by 14. Waters, the pass to Hardaway. And they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a 3-point play.
Hardaway Jr. with a show of strength, who got to the inside there and then converted through the contact.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the game here. Atlanta's gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the third. Niang a screen. Young inside. Pass to Niang. Ooh, lands soft on the front of the rim and drops in. The Pistons have gone 5 of 11 in this third quarter. Left side, Hardaway. 35 seconds left in the third. It's Beasley on the wing. He buries it from 3. Beasley's got 6.
This is what it's been since halftime. Remarkable results from downtown.
Yeah, pretty infectious right here. Guys in good spirits, and percentages from downtown on the rise in the second half.
And that one's good. Young.
Now they're playing working to perfection there, if that was their plan. And if it wasn't, maybe that should be their plan.
Hardaway, the pass to Waters. And it's out of bounds to the Pistons as Detroit retains possession.
Substitution on the court.
1 second left. Oh, and he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
Great job ending the quarter on a high note.
Great way to end the quarter there. The team is pumped up.
And so it's Detroit, feeling confident. 18. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And on the floor for Detroit here in the fourth. Cunningham and Ivy work together as the backcourt. Jalen Duren out there with Isaiah Stewart. And it's Thompson in at the three. Cunningham against LeVert. Uneasy, too, on the layup.
Yeah, that's one way to get back into this game. Keep getting him the ball and let him make the shots.
Out left to the wings. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take two from the free throw line. Well, Brent, the 23-24 Pistons tied an NBA record by losing 23 straight. One bright spot, however, was Jalen Duren.
Well, the bright spot, BA, would be that you wouldn't mention that again. So let's just forget about that and put it behind us. But Jalen Duren did have some moments. He averaged a double-double that season at just 20 years of age. So sky is still the limit for this young, big, physical player.
And there's a 3-second violation.
Ooh, talk about a way to deflate the team.
Yeah, he knows he shouldn't have made it, and that's just really overall a frustrating sequence that hopefully doesn't stick with him.
Cunningham, right side. Ivy outside. The three ball. The shot's good on the assist by Cunningham. Cunningham's got 6 assists in the game.
Hot off the pass, Ivy has a shot up. No time to waste when you've got a pro-level defense coming at you.
Up top, Johnson. He's watched by Cunningham. Pass to Okongwu. Just 5 to shoot. The rebound by Stewart. Stewart's got 4 rebounds now. Thompson scanning the floor. Here's Duren. Shoots over Okongwu. Duren with the bucket.
They're almost impossible to stop Duren inside. Wow, just wow.
LeVert goes against Cunningham. Looking to win the run. LeVert, and that's good.
He made the most of that opening, teaching the defense a lesson.
Pass to Duren. And out of bounds. Atlanta will have it. The Hawks have gone 2 of 3 to open the fourth quarter. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Thompson with a steal. Pass to Ivy. It's stolen. Here's Daniels, defended by Thompson. Daniels passes to Johnson. Now LeVert. It's deflected.
Yeah, aggressive defense from Ivy. Goes right at the shot and manages to block it.
Clock is at 3. Second chance effort. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. LeVert's got 7 points here in the quarter.
To leave a guy like that wide open from range, big mix-up.
Here's Cunningham. Oh, it's stolen by LeVert. Duren against Okongwu. Pass to Daniels. LeVert outside. Fires from deep. Oh, he gets it to go. 7 of 13 now.
That's a shot he's going to bury, especially when left open.
Cunningham outside. There's the triple. Rebound Atlanta. Okongwu's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
They came out and had a statement win with their performance tonight. A fantastic effort to get it done here for the Pistons.
Tonight they got everybody in on the scoring. Had nice passing, which led to good looks.
Just solid play by these guys.
And when you look at the game, the one thing that helped fuel this team to victory was the efficiency for Cade Cunningham.
You look forward to playing with someone who doesn't just move the ball, but moves it with a purpose.
Here's Duren.
Blocking foul. Onyeka Okongwu. His second. Team second.
1:02 left to play in the fourth. Now Cunningham, clock at 6. To win the cold spell. And slammed it home. And a foul. A chance at another point at the line. It's on Onyeka Okongwu. LeVert outside. Pass to Okongwu. Outside Johnson. Back to Okongwu. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Inside. And the dunk by Duren.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
And stolen by Cunningham. Takes a 3. Sinks the tray.
And they came in here with some attitude, and it brought out their best play.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence, fully in control for this win.
And here's LeVert for 3. Can't get it to fall. So we see the Pistons taking the W here. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle that never came.
Yeah, and this team was consistent.
Welcome, everyone. Let's get ready for... some NBA basketball. And a look at the starters for the Pistons. The backcourt there will be Cunningham and Ivy. Isaiah Stewart out there with the star Thompson. And it's Duren in at the 5 down low. And for the Hornets, the guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Bridges out there with Mark Williams. And it's Okogie in at the 3 spot. There should be plenty of action down in the painted area tonight, Greg, with the big man matchup in this one.
Yeah, I love to see skilled bigs dueling down low. Kind of a throwback in some ways, but there's still plenty of physicality in the modern game.
Now, here's Ivy. They set the screen out to the right wing. Shot's good by Duren.
Yeah, a natural scorer. Ivy is developing into a tremendous playmaker.
Deep 2 from Ball. And it's Bridges at the elbow. Miller, that's for 2. Rebound by the Pistons.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
Over in the corner, Cunningham. Oh, and here comes Miller all alone. Oh!
And what an incredible talent Miller is. What a ferocious finish there.
You know, Greg, one thing you notice, we were just talking about this with the Hornets in recent years, a lot of changing lineups.
And you expect that with the team, with where they're at. They're looking for any advantage game to game and trying to build that identity as a franchise. And his athleticism is really off the charts. Love seeing Thompson punch it home like that.
Miller outside. It's hauled in by Stewart. The Pistons have gone 2 or 3 here to start out the games. Here's Cunningham, and then Cunningham with the dunk.
And he can make some jaw-dropping plays. Cunningham loves to get to the 10 and finish with authority.
Williams, a screen on Thompson. Ball with it. Duren picks him up. 2 free throws coming up. Folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Most game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
LaMelo Ball taking 2 shots. The play will be reviewed.
Peak tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
That's good from Ball. LaMelo Ball came in like a storm into this NBA, Doris, but hasn't been able to stay healthy since.
It's so true, Kevin, and that's unfortunate because the skill is apparent every time he plays. He's a game changer with his size and his playmaking. The NBA is better off because of the flair and the style he brings when he is healthy.
Now here's Thompson. Duren finds Cunningham. Duren sets the screen for Cunningham. Clock at 4. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Cunningham's got his second bucket.
And I love how Cunningham dictates the pace. You can't speed this guy up. He forces you to play at his speed.
Here's Miller. It's good. The assist that time from Ball.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Williams, a screen on Thompson. Ball. It's tipped. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Here's Cunningham. And he finishes nicely on the layup. Cunningham's got 6.
And the strength of Cunningham. Fantastic job there scoring on the defense.
Outside, Ball. Driving to the basket. And Ball slams it in.
And credit the screen for giving him the space he needed to get to the rim.
For sure, GA allows him to come in with the sledgehammer.
Boy, that's a play you just practice time and time again, and that's the result of the work put in.
Detroit with the ball. After the basket by Charlotte. Pass to Ivy. And Thompson kicks to Stewart. Duran with the screen on Bridges. The Hornets pull it in.
And for him to shoot from that distance is a bit of a head scratcher.
I think as a player, you have to know your strengths and play to them, and that is not within his range.
For Detroit, they've gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. The shot by Williams, no good.
Oh, that's a golden opportunity to finish on the break, and he blows it.
It was right there for him. He'd love to have that one back. That was embarrassing.
And the call will be against LaMelo Ball. That is his first foul of the game.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
There's 37 seconds left in the first. Fires away from outside. And the rebound goes to the Pistons. Duran's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Cunningham kicks to Stewart. Cunningham outside. Thompson in the corner. 6 to shoot. That one doesn't drop. Good D by Miller. And here is Ball. Count that one. Ball's got 6.
Yeah, there's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. What stands out to you guys from the Hornets in this one?
Well, you can see these guys are unafraid to take chances defensively.
Well, very disruptive in that first period. They never allowed the offense to get comfortable.
The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Williams is out there with Miles Bridges. And it's Okogie in at the small forward. So that's the Hornets 5. There's Ball with the 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. Ball's got the lead up to 6 now for Charlotte.
This guy is always ready to shoot the 3. LaMelo's so confident from distance.
When you look at the game of Mark Williams, Doris, what impresses you the most?
Well, probably his size and athleticism. That combination makes him an immediate fit. He understands which shots to take on the offensive end, seems to have a great feel for how to position himself on the defensive end and how to mix it up on the glass.
And Miller throws it down hard.
Oh, easy money for Miller. He just generates offense.
And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Team foul.
And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Here's Ivy.
Boy, that's great defense from LaMelo Ball. He has the length and the agility to be an outstanding defender. It's about learning to give it every single night on that end.
And now the Pistons fast break. Here's Thompson. Good on the shot. Thompson's got his second basket.
Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
No one covering. Ball's got 6 in the quarter.
Well, LaMelo Ball in the catch-and-shoot game, he says, I can get off the ball as well.
Cunningham. Williams with the block. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Williams. And a wide-open look for Cunningham. Hits it from three-point range. Cunningham's got 9 points. Hornets leading by 6. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Thompson. A 3-ball. And again, Cunningham missing. Charlotte's gotten both of their 3-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Williams gets the bucket.
How good a playmaker are we watching? Always leading, always trying to create for others.
Here's Cunningham. Pass to Duran. Stewart with it. 3-pointer. Drains the 3-pointer. Stewart's got himself on the board with 3 there. It seems every season, Doris, we have players speak out on being unhappy with their role.
Well, consider, Kevin, that if you're one player on a roster in the NBA, how coveted each of those spots are, but also how competitive they are. You don't get there without that nature, which means you want to play.
Rocket 2. Miller, that's for 2. It's hauled in by Stewart.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
Now, here's Ball. 12 points for him. Back to Bridges. Pass the ball. Bridges a screen on Duran. Here's a Kogi. It's up a 3. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. And some changes here for the Hornets. Norkic checked in for Mark Williams. And it's Green in for Josh Okogie. Good on that shot. And with that, the Hornet lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket from Cunningham.
And this is the beauty of Cunningham. He can score from anywhere on the floor. That length, obviously, a huge advantage.
Now, here's Ball. Green deciding where to go with it. Can't connect from short range.
Boy, that's the kind of look this offense is designed to create. That's just a tough miss.
Thompson passes to Cunningham. Duran sets the screen for Cunningham. That misses, had a chance to tie it there. Charlotte leading by 3. Ball with a wide open look. And again, the Hornets missing.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Here's Duran. The dunk and the foul, a powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. LaMelo Ball picks one up. The Pistons shooting their first free throw of the game here.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Pass to Cunningham. We've got 33 seconds left in the second quarter. Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. The Pistons shooting their second free throw attempt on the night. And timeout is called by Charles Lee. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Now the free throw is good, now leading by 1.
And it's easy to see why so many are so high on Cunningham, a talented guard who can do a little bit of everything.
And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Outside, Ball. Bridges a screen on Cunningham. Ball, and Ball slams it in.
What an electrifying game by LaMelo Ball. Is anyone more exciting than this young guy?
Cunningham looking it over. The shot by Stewart with one a play. Simply trains it in at the buzzer.
What a way to end the half there, guys. Big-time threes to take the lead at the buzzer.
And that'll do it for the first half. A competitive game so far. Pistons ahead. They finish off the second quarter with a tremendous 17-7 run. We'll be back shortly live from Spectrum Center. And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Man, we're seeing a tremendous game from LaMelo Ball.
What a menace he was on defense through the first two quarters. Just disrupting everything.
Well, it was about effort and anticipation. Hard to get into an offensive rhythm when you know this guy is lurking.
Tipping off the second half, here's J.B. Bickerstaff's 5. You've got Paul Reed. Beasley is out there with Harris. Then there's Tim Hardaway Jr. and it's Waters in at the point guard position.
Listen, he knows he should have made that shot. We'll see if they can work it back to him in that same area.
Williams has a screen for Green. From down in the low post, it goes. Green's got the game tied up here for the Hornets.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
I tell you what, he came out of that locker room raring to go.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. Now, man, and the powerful one-handed slam.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
Boy, as tight as this one is, that's a statement play saying, hey, listen, we're not here to back down from you guys.
Buries the long-range jumper. Now it's a 3-point Hornets lead.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
Here's Hardaway. Green with the rebound. Hornets leading by 3. Pass to Williams. Here's Salon. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. And the wide open shot from Green. That 3 off the mark. The Pistons have gotten just one of their first 4 shots to fall since coming out of the locker room with the break. And now in transition, here's Williams. Here we go. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Beasley finds Hardaway. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
It's a scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Just over 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second half. Beasley with the screen on Green. Hardaway. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
Boy, this guy just finds ways to score. Tim Hardaway Jr. able to finish with contact.
Here's Mann. He has 5. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Mann's got 7 points here in this quarter. Waters passes to Hardaway. Traps in the tray.
Tim Hardaway Jr.
And that ties it up.
I just love how confident Tim Hardaway Jr. is from long distance. This guy will cash in from there.
Here's Mann. He gets that one. Mann's got 9.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Reed dishes to Beasley. The quick look, no good that time.
Boy, he really wanted that shot, trying to make the defense pay for leaving him that wide open.
Mann passes to Williams. That shot off the mark. Excellent D there from Beasley. Out to the right wing. Pass to Waters. Harris, right side. Reed finds Harris. Just 5 to shoot. Harris draws the double. For the lead. Reed misses. They can go 2 for 1.
It's about being smart right now.
Williams for 3. Beasley with the rebound.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Here's Mann. And the Hornets miss again.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And the basket by one.
And credit Harris for creating that high percentage look, scanning the floor and finding the best option.
Mann gets the bucket. Mann's got 11 in the second half.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Pass to Reed. This one for 3. And no good on the last second attempt this time. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Hornets lead by 2. And right at... And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. The guard spots filled in by Ball and Miller. Bridges out there with Mark Williams. And it's a Kogi in at the 3. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. Thompson sets the pick for Ivy. Out to Thompson. And stolen by Miller. And here's the fast break. Ball leading the way. Oh, good with the triple. Pistons trail by 5. Shoots the 3. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Here's Durham. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
First personal foul.
That's on Mark Williams.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Taking 2 shots.
And the second free throw, good.
Listen, they're still right in this thing. Missing that free throw, though, keeps this a 2-possession deficit.
Miller against Cunningham. Miller surveying the floor. Shoots it. Here's Williams. Ball against Thompson. Miller with a screen on Thompson. And Thompson sends it back.
He has the potential to be an elite NBA defender for a long time. Thompson can guard anybody.
Stewart passes to Cunningham. Stewart kicks to Cunningham. Fires for 3. Bangs home the trifecta.
And you see that mid-motion shot. Cunningham very consistent from distance.
Cunningham against Miller. And stolen by Thompson. Cunningham outside, down low to take the lead. And they take the lead. And the Pistons lead by 1. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Pistons.
I like their defense tonight, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
And another theme in this game, to me, guys, has been how lethal they've been in transition. Attack on the break and make sure you convert.
Already, Miller showing he has no problem in the big moments. How about the guts from that young man?
Cunningham drives in. Stolen by Ball. Pass to Okogie. And here's Miller.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
1:57 left in the 4th quarter. The kick out to Ball. Just 5 on the clock. Second shot opportunity, and it's good on the layup. Now it's a 4-point Hornets lead.
LaMelo living the life. That is a big-time bucket. Go ahead.
Here's Cunningham, banked in off the glass. Cunningham's got 5 points in the quarter.
Yes, sir. Kay Cunningham embracing the role of a leader.
Ball with it, now defended by Cunningham. Williams has a screen for Miller. Here's the three, and it's the Hornets another three.
How about this move by Miller, using the pick and roll to create some space for himself.
And then Cunningham with the dunk.
Just the kind of play they need in a game this close.
You know, that's the kind of aggression they want from their floor leader.
Boy, and not just the aggression, the ability to get to the rim, but how about the finish with intention? Oh.
Ball dishes to Miller. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
It's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Cunningham right side. On the wing, Thompson. And stolen by Miller. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Back to ball. Pass to Okogie. Outside, ball. Here's Okogie, covered by Cunningham. 4 on the clock, and the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. Four on the shot clock. Bridges passes the ball. And the three ball is good.
Looking to close it out. That one might have been the backbreaker.
Well, at this point, they're so far up, it would take a real collapse to give this game away at this point.
Cunningham kicks to Ivy. Offensive rebound. Duran. Count it.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
You have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box out.
And so it's the Hornets who come out on top. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making.
Both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
Let's take a look at our starters for Atlanta. Risaje and Johnson, they're the forwards. Karis LeVert is out there with Dyson Daniels. And it's a Kongwu in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here's LeVert. After the basket by Charlotte. Six to shoot. Pass to a Kongwu. For 3. And the rebound goes to Charlotte. Bridges with it. Missed inside.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Oh, nice ball movement by LeVert. A welcome sign for this team.
Johnson with it, and Bridges picks him up defensively. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
For Atlanta, they've gone 2 of 3 from the floor. First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone by. And it's the Hornets on the break. Now here's Miller. The D's right on him. Oh, it's stolen by LeVert. Pulls it. Another one falls for Atlanta.
Rock solid screen right there. The defender got completely lost.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look.
Now here's Ball. Miller outside. Drops in the 3.
Love the confidence from this young man. Miller is so quick off the catch.
Grant, the Hornets are a team hoping to end a pretty substantial playoff drought.
Yeah, it's been a long time since they made a buzz in the postseason, but their return could be closer than people think. A few smart moves here or there might be all it takes.
Charlotte has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Williams a screen on LeVert. There's Ball with a 3. The rebound by Atlanta. And here's a Kongwu. Takes it inside. Oh, the dunk by a Kongwu.
A monster finish with authority.
And he hangs on the rim for a little extra spice. Miller against LeVert from downtown. And Miller good for 3. Miller's got 6.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Now LeVert fires for 3. Williams grabs the board.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Yeah, inside Ball has to rely on his agility. That's how he finds his way to close-range looks.
On the wing, Daniels. Guarded by Miller.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
The drive by Miller. Oh, and they immediately answer back with a dunk on the other end.
And that's how Miller can take his game to the next level, by being aggressive and attacking the basket.
There's 57 seconds left in the opening quarter. LeVert goes against Miller. Just 5 on the clock. Oh, there's the alley. And stolen by Williams. Jumps up. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
Oh, yes. 2 loud points from Miller, making his presence felt.
LeVert passes to Daniels. Williams grabs the board. Hornets leading by 4. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Ball. The rebound by Atlanta. Outside Johnson. Okongwu against Williams. Okongwu, the pass to LeVert. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
And he'll be shooting his first free throw. Free throw no good for LeVert. Now here's Ball. Here's Williams. And it's good.
The officials will have 2 minutes to review the play.
Looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time or not?
Tough call to make in real time. I mean, good thing they can go and slow it down and look.
And so it's Brandon Miller making highlights for Charlotte. He put together 10 points in the quarter. We'll be back in a moment. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter of action so far. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the Hornets.
Well, I have to applaud their ball movement. They're moving the ball around, finding the best looks they can, and keeping everyone involved.
And the other thing you notice is how determined they've been to get into the paint and get buckets around the rim.
On the court for the Hawks. Johnson at the 4 with Okongwu at the 5. Dyson Daniels out there with Karis LeVert. And it's Risacher in at small forward. LeVert a screen on Ball. Pass to LeVert. 6 on the shot clock. And he dunks it down.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And, guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
Hits the trifecta. Miller's got 13 now.
Yeah, a sign of things to come, hopefully. I mean, once Miller gets going, he is capable of dominating games.
Coach, when you talk about the Atlanta Hawks, you got to start with Trae Young.
One of the most exciting players to watch in the NBA, Brian. He can shoot the ball from anywhere on the floor. He's a great ball handler and one of the most creative passers in the game.
Can you say immediate entry into the highlight reel? Woo, what a dunk, BA.
It's showtime now, man. They've built up a lead, and they're starting to rub it in. And he's going for the oop here. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Give credit to LeVert. The correct choice in the pick and roll. Sometimes it's best to just give up the rock.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, Brandon Miller caught some slack when he named Paul George as his GOAT, but PG-13 said, I know what he meant by it. Obviously, I'm not the greatest of all time, but it's about who inspires you. Miller, for his part, not backing down and saying, how the league is built now, Paul George is the right person to study for this generation. Brian?
Allie, thanks.
Oh, that's some pesky defense. Should have thought twice before attempting that pass. And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
A sequence like that really does sting. I'll tell you that.
Ooh, nice shot by Miller.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
LeVert goes against Miller. LeVert outside. Pass to Risacher. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Showcasing his athleticism. Plays like this are why you gotta be excited about Risacher's future in this league.
Here's Daniels, still without a bucket. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play. Here. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Atlanta.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And not only that, you like how they're turning defense into offense, forcing turnovers and capitalizing.
Miller and Okongwu with the block. Here's Daniels.
2 minutes.
Pass to Risacher. And here's Okongwu. Here's Daniels. Played it in with a nice touch off the window. Now it's a 4-point Hawks lead. NBA scoring has been climbing over the past decades, Graham. Is the league too offensive at the moment, do you think?
Well, we know that people like scoring, the fans, players, everyone, but the league needs to make sure there aren't hamstringing defenders too much. So I think allowing some more physicality incentivizes the defender to defend, and now we have competition on both sides of the ball.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Nurkic is checked in for Charlotte. Green comes in for Okogie. Daniels passes to Johnson. And stolen by Bridges. Green for three. Rebounded by Johnson. For Atlanta, they've gone 7 for 8 now in the second quarter. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
Just great work cashing in on the fast break.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
First personal foul, second team foul.
There's 47 seconds left in the second quarter. Bridges, left side, takes the three. That one goes. Now he's 1 for 2.
And that's what you get from Brandon Miller. I mean, he can really whip passes there around the court.
Throws it up high. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
A great read between those two guys. The defense didn't stand a chance, B.A.
These two teammates right here, Grant, they are connected. Miller outside. Nurkic, a screen on the vert. Here's Miller. Here's Nurkic. And Nurkic throws it down.
And on the glass, Nurkic makes it look easy, using his reach to snatch the ball and get a shot of his own.
LeVert outside. Okongwu with it. Over Nurkic. No good. Misses at the buzzer. So a tie game here as we finish the first half. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, this second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams trying to gain an edge. You got to like what we're seeing from Brandon Miller.
Can they come up with an answer for him coming out of the half? They have to change something defensively.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room because you're right. He's the problem right now.
We've got Green. Grant Williams out there with Yusuf Nurkic. Then there's Trey Mann, and it's Stallone in at the three, the small forward. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. Well, Coach, we know how good Young is offensively, but he gets heavy criticism for his defense.
Yeah, look, and at 6'1", 164 pounds, he has some obvious limitations, Brian, but he's shown improved effort as a defender, and it shows in his defensive rating.
And you have to have that scoring ability on the floor. And here's Young. Dance the screen. Lets it fly. Young with the bucket.
Easy look when the defender isn't fighting over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Here's Mann. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. That one on Young. Charlotte shooting their first free throws of the game now. The first one falls. Despite ups and downs, the Atlanta Hawks have remained in the hunt season to season, Stan.
Well, Brian, this team has a lot of resilience. They're scrappy, they're hardworking, and it's helped them stay on the margins, at least, of the playoff picture.
And it's Capella with the jam.
Yeah, at the offensive end, more often than not, you'll find Capella at the rim.
Outside man. That shot off the mark. The Hawks leading. Up top, Capella. The kick out to Nance. Three-pointer, no good. Charlotte has gotten 6 of 11 threes to go in this game. And it's hammered home by Green. Extremely competitive game thus far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes in total. I expect there to be more to come.
Outside man. Pass to Bufkin. Shot clock at 6. Now here's Capella, defended by Nurkic. Here's Williams. And it's Williams finishing in transition. Nice.
Talk about taking advantage of the opportunity.
How about the anticipation right there that led to the steal? Then he goes straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
Here's Capella. And the rebound goes to Charlotte.
Oh, gritty defense. Protecting the rim at all costs against a guy who has all sorts of ways to finish.
Shot by Nurkic, no good. Hawks trail by 3. Now man, hasn't gotten one to fall yet. And out of bounds, Charlotte will have it.
Charlotte ball.
Charlotte leading by 3. Until they foul intentionally. Gage checked in for the Hawks.
First personal foul, second team foul. Into the lineup for Atlanta.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now.
2 minutes remaining.
Outside man.
2 minutes.
Gets a very good look and converts. And the Hornets lead by 5. For Atlanta, they've gotten 2 of 4 shots to go since the break. Here's Bufkin. He's guarded by man. His shot is good.
No, just an easy reverse for him. He has nice feel and touch around the bucket.
Now here's man. Tight defense on him. Pass to Williams. Out to the wing. Outside. Green. Nurkic passes to Green. 5 on the clock. And a miss there on the triple.
That's his shot, and one I'm sure he wants back.
Here's Niang. A minute 4 left in the third. For the tie. His shot is good. He's got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, that's a terrific kick-out pass. When the defense collapses like that on the inside, you've got open people outside.
Right wing. Nance against Nurkic. Williams with the screen. Shot by Nurkic, no good. For Atlanta, they've gone 4 of 6 from the floor in this third quarter. Nance, the pass to Niang. And so it looks like it'll be Atlanta's ball.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
It's stolen by Nurkic. And here's the fast break. Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Pass to Green. There's a screen by Nurkic. And it's Green missing. Now here's Nance. For the lead. Off target from downtown. It's a tie game in Charlotte. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get... And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
We've reached the fourth quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. On the floor for Atlanta, Risache and Johnson, they're the forwards. Karis LeVert is out there with Dyson Daniels. And it's a Kongwu in at center, filling out the middle. Here's a Kongwu. Here's Risache. No, stop it in there. Jams it in, and he's fouled. An opportunity, the three-point Point play.
Personal foul.
That's on Mark Williams. And that one drops. So now they lead by 1.
Coming into the league, a lot of people see Zachary Risachet as a 3-and-D guy. The question becomes, what more can he bring to the table as he matures as a player?
Puts the move on, and Williams punches it home. Tremendous momentum building toward those final possessions.
Yeah, with 8 lead changes so far, it feels like this is going to come down to the last shot.
Here's LeVert. And yes, it's good. He's 7 for 8 now.
A real weapon on offense. Once LeVert sees a few go down, you know he's in the zone.
And it's Charles Lee calling timeout here. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Over that last break, I got a chance to hear what Charles Lee said to the team. With the game so close, he wanted his team to stay aggressive, saying, don't be a watcher, be an actor. Go out and make something happen on the court. Don't let it come to you.
Okay, thank you, Allie. Here's Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Oh, my! That's why we have those breakaway rims.
Dude, he risked pulling the whole thing down to the floor right there. Williams, a screen on LeVert. Miller, the pass to Williams. The kick out to Ball. Now here's Miller. To the inside. Williams. And Williams punches it home.
And coming down the stretch, both teams still playing fantastic offense.
Yeah, in hopes that your opponent is just going to go cold. That's not going to happen, it doesn't look like in this one. This might go down to whoever has the last possession.
LeVert passes to Okongwu. To the middle. Just 3 to shoot. Oh, it's blocked by Williams. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Williams. And Atlanta with possession here. They lead by 1.
Sometimes the action speeds up on you a little too much. 2 teammates not on the same wavelength there.
The Hornets have gone 3 of 4 in the 4th and looking confident on offense. Williams, a screen on LeVert. Here's Miller. That 3's off the mark.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th. Pass to Johnson. Inside. It's tipped. Here's Risachet. Williams grabs the board. Williams has got 5 rebounds tonight. Miller outside. Williams with the screen. Beyond the arc. And Miller good for 3. And the Hornets lead by 2. Coming down the stretch, it's still anyone's game.
Incredible effort and energy on both sides. These guys must be gassed.
And the foul called on Karis LeVert. That'll be a second foul of the game.
And great job to establish position and square up.
And here are the Hornets now. Williams, a screen on LeVert. Pass to Okogie. And here is Williams. Miller with it. Count it. Now 8 for 13 with that basket.
Yeah, I like whenever Miller uses his size to his advantage, especially down near the rim.
It's Daniels with a drive. Here's LeVert. A minute 22 left in the 4th quarter. Pass to Okongwu. To stop the drought. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
Hanging on the rim, just showing off.
That's how you extend the glory right there. Miller outside. Cash. He's 9 for 14 in the game.
Man, he's on fire. Playing patient basketball, not forcing shots.
Hornets foul. Josh Okogie. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
54 seconds left in the 4th quarter here. Pass to Risachet. LeVert, a screen on Ball. Down to 5 on the shot clock. from about 19. Okongwu inside, working on Williams.
And the over and back call is just a loss of focus.
Yeah, you hate to see sloppy, careless play like that. It's so unnecessary.
Offensive rebound. Miller outside. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks.
You have to be kidding me.
Wow, that's how you take things into your own hands. And here's LeVert. From deep three-point land. Oh, he buried the three. And so the big win by Charlotte in a tight game. That was an incredible night of hoops. A tremendous finish. They waited until the very
Go.